Every time you play and lose, it's something that's in my soul that just gets ripped out.
Take it off. You know, don't nobody like losing.
Rob, you need me to handle it?
Key that has like a Staples Easy button.
You're muted.
Or a Buffalo Wild Wings button.
Is this your first time on Zoom?
Or just a straight direct line to the football guys.
The 1 yard line to go 99 yards like a video game.
Ronald Jones, 98-yard touchdown!
I want the beer races. I want YMCA. I want the favorite.
Jump ball, and it is. Is it caught? Is it caught? Touchdown!
You know, in basketball terminology, that's what they call this. You know, somebody get dunked on.
It's gonna be tequila, slight bit of ice, use pineapple juice. So I'm gonna be sipping on that a little bit.
It's mid-November, which means we are legally obligated to take our first look at the NFC playoff picture. The Packers are currently in the top spot for the only bye, holding the tiebreaker over the Saints since they beat them in Week 3. The Cardinals and Eagles are also leading their respective divisions, while the Buccaneers, Rams, and Seahawks are in the wild card spot. Steve, you know, we have a long way to go, and add into the equation now Drew Brees out an undetermined amount of time with a collapsed lung, fractured ribs, so we can't be sure about the Saints, but which team do you think will emerge to grab that coveted bye in the first week?
Well, you know, Susie, I think we hear Seattle, the Rams, Cardinals, Tampa Bay, Green Bay, Saints are kind of that's the group. And they all have either Hall of Fame quarterbacks or offenses that I trust at this point. And offense in the league today is faster than in defense. Defenses are catching up. You can see them gelling here at the end of the year. It's going to be that defense out of that group of people, that group of teams that are going to make the difference. And that's why I trust Tampa Bay the most, because I trust that defense to continue to gel and be the leader in the, you know, as you think about who's the best out of the NFC. I trust a lot of those offenses. It's this defense I trust the most.
All right, well, they lead the NFL in takeaways, but Booger, the Rams D, they're number 2 in points and yards. What about them?
I love what the Rams D does, Susie. Especially, it complements their offense. They're a physically tough football team. Sean McVay loves to run the ball. Their defense, they can rush the passer. I like how they can close the game out. That means when the game is in the wanes, when 3-4 minutes left in the game, and your defense is on the field and you have a lead, can you protect that lead? They can. Leonard Floyd, Aaron Donald, they can go get the quarterback. They can close it out. I love what they do. And yesterday against Russell Wilson, they showed you. They were rushing 4 against Russell Wilson, playing zone coverage. We know Jalen Ramsey can play man-to-man. But when you can rush 4 people and play zone coverage, still don't understand why Russell Wilson didn't take 15 yards there. My God, Russell, take the 15 yards. Instead, he throws interception into the end zone. That's something that Russell is going to have to learn from. This is probably the reason why I would lean toward another team and not Seattle. Again, they're rushing 4 guys. He's got Lockett open underneath. Instead, zone coverage, he tries to force one to Olsen. So as you look at the teams in the NFC, they all have flaws. They all have flaws. The Bucs, the Packers, the Saints, the Seahawks, the Rams, they all have flaws. But if we're talking about the team that you trust the most, which team can I see dominating a team with their defense? There's only one, that's Tampa, because we've seen them do it. I don't think there's only one team in the NFC that can consistently dominate with their defense.
You're saying Tampa? You're saying Tampa? Everybody's saying Tampa, except New Orleans has beaten Tampa twice.
Tell him, Adam. Tell him.
Listen, what I'm saying
what am I missing?
Hold on, let me finish. There's only one team that can dominate with their defense consistently. Now, offensively, there's several. We've seen Green Bay get hot. We've seen Tampa get hot. We've seen New Orleans get hot. Several teams can get hot offensively. But who can do it in the most ways? Offensively, defensively, special teams. That's why I go with Steve. I think Tampa is still the team to beat, regardless of the Saints beating them twice.
Steve, go ahead.
You know, Adam, I think the reason is because I just said defense takes a while in the NFL today. It used to be the opposite way. Defenses are going to get stronger and stronger, and by the end of the season and in the playoffs, some of these defenses will actually hold some of these great offenses down, which they have not done in the first half. That's our point, is that Tampa defense is coming along, and by the end of the year, they're going to be a dominant defense that can shut people out or keep people down.
But the Saints defense also is coming along. They held the great Tampa Bay team that you're talking about to 3 points 2 weeks ago, and then they played very well against a depleted Niners team yesterday. And this is a Saints defense that typically gets better and better as the year goes on. And guess what? The defense is going to have to be even better now with Drew Brees out for a little bit of time.
Yeah.
So to me, I like New Orleans right now, and it starts heating up around Thanksgiving. We're a week away from Thanksgiving. We'll start to get a better picture of who's for real and who's not in the NFC.
I want to talk a little more about the Rams defense, though, because I was watching Sunday NFL Countdown, and I heard you say the matchup you were really looking forward to was Jalen Ramsey, DK Metcalf. So how did that turn out?
Susie, let me tell you something. Anytime you're in a meeting, Book, you're a D tackle.
Yeah.
When the defensive coordinator comes into that meeting and tells that cornerback, you have him. Wherever he goes, you have him. If he goes to the bathroom, you help him wash his hands when he comes up out of that. Man, Jalen Ramsey last year as a rookie, he won that match. But I'm talking about this year. DK Metcalf was averaging 1 touchdown a game, 100 yards, but guess what? He met his kryptonite in Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey made it hard for the Seattle Seahawks because of what DK Metcalf meant to this offense. You've seen all the struggles from Russell Wilson. You talking about frustrating a wide receiver. That last play that I showed you right there, 2 receptions for 28 yards. I said he's used to averaging 1 touchdown, 100 yards. Jalen Ramsey is the kryptonite. This year, he's 1 game up on DK Metcalf. Hopefully, DK Metcalf will come back the second game. But right now, Jalen Ramsey, the highest paid corner in NFL history, is up on DK Metcalf. I like that matchup.
When you're following the guy all over the field, including to the bathroom, does that apply even in a pandemic, Randy?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yes.
Oh, I had no idea you were going there. Zero idea.
All right, so you're making jokes. We have to get serious for a second, because before we move on from this, we have one more note on the Bucs.
Well, Antonio Brown essentially came out today, was being accused of destroying a surveillance camera and throwing a bike at a security guard shack in Florida. The Homeowners Association president there declined to press charges. The Bucs say they are aware of the incident. The NFL says it is aware of the incident, and the Buccaneers say that Antonio Brown so far has exceeded all expectations.
Okay, we will see. All right, a lot of talk about the Bucs and the Rams, and we get the chance to see it play out head-to-head. Great matchup on Monday Night Football next week. The GOAT and the Donald. Aaron Donald, who has never sacked Tom Brady, but is second in the NFL with 9 sacks, takes on a Bucs offense loaded with weapons. We'll see you for Monday Night Countdown at 6 Eastern. All right, that's next week. Tonight, Nick Foles needs to get this Bears offense going in some sort of way. Just days ago, head coach Matt Nagy announced he will turn the play calling over to offensive coordinator Bill Lazor, a move he called pretty self-explanatory. Now here's a quick recap of the up and down season for the Bears quarterbacks so far. Nick Foles replaced Mitchell Trubisky in Week 3, throwing 3 touchdowns to lead a comeback win over the Falcons. Overall, the Bears were 5-1 after 6 games and in first place in the NFC North entering Week 7. One of those 5 wins was a comeback over Tom Brady and the Bucs on Thursday night. But now they're heading in the wrong direction, losers of 3 straight, and mostly because of a miserable offense